I know it's been a few weeks since I put a video out. The family and I went on vacation. Most of us, our youngest daughter had to stay home and somebody had to work. So as you can see, I got the tailgate, the cowl panel, the filler panel for the grill. I don't know what I've done with it, but it's painted. Can't say I'm completely happy with it. A lot of it is my fault. I rushed it. I'm kind of just ready to get done and drive the truck again. But I done it the evening before we left on vacation. It was dry, dusty. As you know, I painted here. Actually, I didn't even plastic nut, and the door was up. I painted them right there. You'll see in the video. But I used a medium reducer, and it was like upper 80s. I wanted it to dry quick enough before any dust landed in it, and no dust landed in it, but it has some orange peel. I'm not 100% happy, but I'm happy enough. It's good enough for who it's for. So hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Check out our Facebook, Classic Truck Garage. We got a Instagram. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to work any of this stuff, but we got a TikTok too. TikTok. I don't know what to do on it. I got the grandkids inside though. I'll get one of them to show me how to do it. I tried it. I think it worked, but it's been a while since I put anything on it. So check those out too. Leave me a picture of what you're working on too. I'd like to see some of y'all's rides. It's the little things. Just putting these on. I could be in the house watching TV. We just got back from a long trip, but I've decided I wanted to come out here and mess with the truck because I haven't been here in a while. So it's the little things like this that I found the rubber bumpers for the hood a minute ago. And nothing major to do on it, but just stuff that needs done. And I was as happy as a pup with two peckers, just over finding those 4 rubber bumpers. And I'm sure I would eventually found them. I wasn't really looking for them, but I just happened to see them and thought, hey, I could have put these on a long time ago. So, I guess what I'm saying, don't, you got something you can tinker with, get out there and do it. I feel a lot better when I'm out here messing around than I do. I go in and just sit down, so can't never be still. Just getting the spray nozzles on there. I may set it up. I'm fixing to go ahead and put my cowl on there, painted the tailgate and it and the filler. So I think I'll just set up here. I'm gonna film getting the tailgate all fit. I'm gonna just throw this on there with it. So get this set up there, see how it fits. I'll get y'all turned around here. Well, I got my cowl panel in. Hood's got to be up, and they're a pain to get in without trying to scratch it. I started trying to film some of it, and I really hated to scratch it on camera. So, but I didn't scratch it. I am doing a little bit of tweaking on the hood, a little bit of adjustment, getting it to where I want it to set perfectly level. Then I can adjust this, the cowl to the hood and the fender to kind of match, tighten it up. So what I'm doing is just loosening. I've gone down and put it a few times. I've got it forward, back where I need it. So I'm keeping one of them tight. I'm gonna loosen the back one. I want to pick the back of the hood up just a smidge. So what I'm gonna do is loosen it just a little. You probably can't see it on camera, but I'm loosening it just a little. I want to kick the hood up just a hair. And actually what it went is all it'll go. So if I can't get it on that one, I'm gonna have to keep it on the front one. And yeah, that sucks. Chipping the paint off my painted bolts. That's the worst thing with painting your bolts, cleaning them up. Yeah, the hinges need some oil. I know. And then the water on. Yeah, so my hoods. Yeah. I don't know if you can see or not. Anyway, I got my hood done it, got it about right where I want it. Got the hood pretty well level with the fender, other than kind of in the middle. There's nothing I can do about that. So, you know, I bought 2 parts trucks when I was building this truck, and I thought this hood originally, it had the insulation and all on it. I thought it was a factory hood, and then yeah, no, it wasn't. I really hated to use it, but it fit pretty good. I've still got the factory hood that come on the truck, and it's actually a pretty good hood, but it had surface rust to the point it was pitting, so I just used this one. It's got a few wobbles and waves, kind of, you know, looks like a kid's been playing basketball on it. But and like I said, I don't know if it's going to matter, but they're going to look good before I put them on there. I still ain't figured out how to flip this around, but yeah, you can see the middle of the cowl panel is lower. You can see the little bit of trash got in there when I was painting that too, and the metallics didn't quite lay quite right, but you know, for what it is, the hood's the same way. You know, I don't know if I mentioned, but me and my big gut trying to lean over and paint that hood all the way middle, I got a lot of dry spray on the hood, and the only spot the silver metallics blotched was on the hood. You can see it. God, it shows up bad on camera, but you can kind of see it right there. And a lot of that was me and my big gut trying to lean across and get it. So I'm gonna let me see. I'm just everywhere, about like a meth head. So I'm gonna go in here, get my screws. I'm gonna have to get the ladder. I probably won't film this, but I'm gonna pick the middle of the cowl up, you know, probably to the point of as high as I can get it, and tighten the screws down, shut the hood back down, and I'll come back and we'll see how it levels out. Well, I got it up a little bit. I'm still not really happy with it. I mean, that's kind of one of my, yeah, it'll be all right, you know, and I'm sure it's the hood more than the cowl panel. I mean, that's the only Taiwanese piece about it pretty much on it. So my biggest pet peeve with these trucks is this body line not lining up, and I'm probably still not done with it. Maybe, I don't know. Once I get my tires on there, you know, right now I've got kind of mismatched tires. I actually got 2 off of the gooseneck on the front, just so I can move it around, because I mean, they dry rotted to the point you could see. I know one of the tires, I've known the truck since '93. And one of the tires that was on the truck in '93 was still on the truck when I bought it 5 years ago. So it's you could see through them. I mean, they had dry rotted to the point. There's something else I didn't notice when I was painting the truck. Ding. And I don't know if I was in there. I swear I would have seen that blocking it, I would have thought, but anyway, there's the cowl panel. I'm gonna do the little finish putting the getting the filler panel here bolted in, and have it ready where I can put the grill in permanently, you know, before I had it sitting in there with 1 screw. So get this set up and get going. Very lucky. I found this vinyl piece of 2-inch vinyl wrap, and it is almost identical to the same color as the truck. You know, I'm happy to get that and that both on. I mean, it's looking good, coming together and looking good. Both of them, all of it. So I'm gonna get started getting the tailgate put together, get the guts put back in it, get it put on, lined up, and that'll have all the body panels pretty well put together. The only thing I'll like, I'm gonna get a Raptor liner kit and Raptor liner the inside of the bed, and I may not do that till next spring when it starts warming back up. So but anyway, get started on that after I eat. And you know, I've really been debating. I'm gonna get the inner fenders painted, and then been debating on getting my casings ordered. I want to get them put on. You know, I've had my wheels. I got a set of Pro Comp 16 by 10 bullet holes. To me, that's as far as a 4-wheel drive, that's the only wheel. Either that or the Rally, it needs to be on these trucks. Of course, you know, back in the 90s, that's what everybody run. And I still think the bullet holes is probably the best looking wheel you can put on one. On a 4-wheel drive. 2-wheel drive's different, but on a lifted 4-wheel drive, it needs the bullet holes. I've got like 3 or 4 sets of factory mirrors too. I went through, I need to go through and clean some other ones up before I get them fully bolted on. I was just kind of hanging them there to see what they look like, but try to pick out my best set. You know, we got rain coming, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to piddle around in here and get all I can get done, maybe tomorrow. Apparently when we come back, we brought a hurricane with us. So we left early this morning to try to stay in front of the rain all the way up. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get the tailgate, probably do that tomorrow, get the tailgate put on it. So that's enough rambling on anyway. Hey, Bella. All right, fixing to get the tailgate ready to go back on the truck. I'm gonna flip it over in a minute. I've got a bunch to clean up, get the rods cleaned up, the latches cleaned up, the hinges cleaned up. Well, no, I've got the hinges painted. If you ever take one of them apart, the round barrel hinge goes on the left driver's side. The notched hinge that, you know, you lift the tailgate off with goes on the passenger side. I'm pretty sure they make a plastic bushing that goes in here to ride into one that's going inside the bed, but yeah, we're not probably putting them on there unless we just can't get it lined up. I'm not going to order those. I don't know that I've ever had one that had one in them, but so we're just going to roll with it. I'm going to get me some bolts cleaned up. Kind of wish I'd have threaded them into the tailgate and the bed and painted them, but I didn't. So they're going to get just a little bit of black cleaned up and a little bit of black Rust-Oleum on them. So I'm going to get them cleaned up, get them painted, and we'll get it back on here. Well, I'm back. Went out literally in the middle of a hurricane and sprayed a little bit of, Ace, not Rust-Oleum, Ace hardware paint on some bolts. If you've never cleaned bolts up with a wire wheel, SOS pad, and a piece of sandpaper, it's really fun. Fun. Alright, so I'm gonna let those dry, get them cured up, and that should be all the bolts for my hardwire where that's cleaning. I ain't gonna bore you with cleaning the latches on the bed with the limiting straps. I'm gonna get all those cleaned up. They come factory just to galvanize, and if I can get all the paint that's been painted on them just stripped back down to the factory galvanized look, I'm gonna leave them. I'm not gonna paint them black or anything. I'm gonna leave them looking just like that. I do wish I'd have cleaned these bolts up though when I was painting this tailgate and shot a little bit of silver on them, but you know, I'd have probably chipped it off anyway. So they're cleaned up, got some black paint on them, and nobody's gonna be looking at that anyway. Tailgate will be shut most of the time. So, well, back, got the strikers. I don't know if you can see me, but got the strikers cleaned up. Gonna get these put in. Ended up painting everything black. I hope I like it. I think I'm gonna like it. Maybe, You know, I'm gonna like it just because it's on the truck. So I'm gonna get these on, get them snugged up a little bit, and I'm gonna just put ends on time lapse. You know, that makes it look like I really work fast. So I like to see myself going on it. Yeah, I know I'm gonna chip the paint off these bolts, but you know, it is what it is. They're gonna look good for now until I tighten them up. But yeah, I'm gonna throw you on time lapse. I'm gonna get the strikers put on real quick, and then we're gonna turn around. And you know what? That probably ain't even enough to fill a time lapse, and we'll just sit here and yak for a minute. I'm gonna turn the camera around, get over there, and start getting the guts put in the tailgate. You know, that's one of the things that I've only done a couple times, and it can be kind of a pain getting all the rods back in, getting everything hooked back up. So we're gonna get it put together, get the strikers on here. That way I've got everything ready to go on the tailgate side, or on the bed side. Trying to decide where I want to try to start with these. Yeah, I done scratch paint off. Yeah. That's why I don't like a painted vehicle. Yeah. Yeah. There went a scratch. It's only on the brackets though, so it'll be alright. Good enough. The rubber bumpers too. Shoot, I forgot all about them. I gotta try to find them. Find the bolts for them, get them put on. There's a rubber bumper with a guide. You know, it goes here. It makes sure the tailgate don't shimmy one way or the other. So I'm gonna get this other striker put on. I'll come back when I get over to the tailgate, putting the guts in. Not real happy with the way the paint on the handle turned out. It is what it is. I kind of forgot about it when I was painting the tailgate. I think you seen me spray one coat on it, but I think that may have been all that got on it, and I think I may have ruined it. Maybe I tried painting it again. I don't remember. But anyway, you know what? It's good enough. Good enough. So I got my strikers bolted on, just kind of centered up, close, maybe, hopefully. I'm going to tell you, I think they're stamped. I didn't even look, but you can tell which one's left and right by looking at the, you know, you'll see the striker for the latch to come over and catch in. So make sure you get those on the right way when you're putting them back on. You can see this one, maybe. You'll be able to notice, you know, the striker, it's kind of curved. That way the latch can ride over it, lock in. Kind of torn on them being black, but, you know, they look better than they did. I was hoping a lot of the factory galvanized or zinc coating, whatever they put on them, was still on there, but, you know, most of it was gone. It was to the point that it was rusting in spots, so I just stripped them down and painted them. So we're going to get the guts in the tailgate now. Alrighty. You know, I wish it'd quit raining. So I've got the rods here that goes back into the tailgate. Goes from the latch assembly to the latch, or actually from the latch assembly to the handle. This curved part here will go into the handle side. You want to make sure that's turned up like that. Here is the latch for the right side, passenger side. I believe all these are pretty well the same. I'm not for sure. So you'll see it's hooked. You're going to want to hook that through, sideways, around, and it's going to hang. You're going to want this latch facing down and the hook up like that. And I'm guessing this little foam block, probably just to keep the rod from bouncing around in there, you know, smacking around, making any noise. I'll get her laid back up in there, get her cranked down. Yeah, buddy, I'm getting excited. Excited. You know, I've been looking forward to getting this truck together for pretty good while. It's been a long process. I didn't show it, but another thing I like to do, I've done it after I've painted pretty much every panel. I like to take a tap and chase all the threads out, clear out any paint out of any of the holes, make sure they're all cleaned up. That one don't feel like I did, but it just makes everything going together a lot easier, than fighting a bolt, trying to get it tightened up in there. So I'm going to get these latches tightened up, and we'll come back when I get ready to put the handle in. These are pretty bad. I got them the best I could. I really, I meant to oil them before I put them in there, but I'll oil them after they get on the truck. They're pretty free. I didn't clean the whole rod and paint it. I just kind of painted the end it's going to be seen. I don't care that the rest of it's kind of rusty and dirty in the truck. So latch down, spin that around, hook it in there like that. Got the hook up, slide it back in the hole. I'll have to go get me 2 more bolts. Get this side bolted in. Then I'll move the camera around here where the handle's going to go. So I had one of my little barrel clips. I don't know if you can see it. One of my little barrel clips was broke on the latch that I had painted. So I took one off another latch I had and going to snap it in there. Really, the latch that I painted wasn't the latch I was going to use, but I couldn't find the other one when I went to paint. So guess what? The one I wasn't going to use is the one that got painted. I'll always have the other one if I need it. Trying to oil this one up. The one I ended up painting was pretty well stuck. I've got it moving pretty good. It's going to be good enough, I guess. Going to have to be. I hope you can see this. So pretty much your left side is going to go in the top. Just push it up in that little barrel clip and get it lined up. Get in the hole. Where you at? Come on. Dadgummit. And this is why I hate painted stuff. Like, I'm as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs putting anything on after I've painted it. The orange peel and all doesn't bother me as bad as getting a big scratch in it. A spot for it to start rusting again. I got it. There it went. Alright, so I got the top one in. Getting the bottom one in is going to be tricky. Get the latch assembly to go on up in there just a little bit. Well, let me see if I can just get the bottom one on here. I know you can't see this, but it is a pain. Get it lined up, worrying about scratching it. One thing and another. I'd really like to get it up in there. There we go. And I think I can lift this enough, to get this bottom one in. I'm going to have to get a pair of needle nose, get a hold of this rod going to the right, get it twisted around, get it in place. Don't judge me on the paint. Looks like I about runned it. Actually, the metallic's drooped in it anyway. Yep, I can do it. Get back over here. Get back over here. Yep, if I had some light too, where I could see. You're going to look at the back of my head for a minute. Pete's sakes, get in there. Go home. You want to go home? Well, ha! Got it. Got it. It ain't hardly all the way up in there. So, use the old trusty pocket knife. Put under it. There we are. Now, get it spun around here. Get my holes lined up. Looks like it's going to have to go that way a little bit. I'm going to get one bolt in it from the bottom. Those are just Phillips head bolts. Get the bottom one in it. I can lift up on the handle just a little bit. Hoping I could do this without flipping the tailgate over, but we'll see. Oh, too much, too much, too much. Probably get them lined up right there. Well, looky here. I got a place to sit down now. Yeah, I'm as happy as a puppy with two peckers. Yeah, I ain't shut it yet, so forgot I wasn't filming. I just brought it over here, put it on, hooked the latches up. I got the upper rubber bumpers on. Not for sure about this one. I mean, it's I may have to trim it down. It's kind of hanging out. I think it'll hold my tailgate out from latching in to get it flush with the bedside. So we'll see. Here goes. Hopefully, maybe. I know the black latches is going to get scratched, but that side looks good. Looking good. Looking good. Ain't no way. No, I'll bring the camera over here. Yeah, and the tailgate's a little different color. Like I said, when I was painting it, it come out of a quart I had, and dang, that kind of sucks because that's lined up good across the top. This line right here is off, and it's off quite a bit. I don't know that I'll ever get it down enough that I'm happy with it without being unhappy up here. So I'm gonna try to go with I'm gonna try to split the difference. Yeah, so you can see this body line. The tailgate's a little higher. There's some fly poop on the bedside. Yeah, but I don't know if I'll get it down to where I'm completely happy with it without getting this too far down. This is a little high right now too. So I'm gonna kind of split the difference. You can see the orange peel kind of in the paint right there. If you watch the paint video, I really have to kick myself for trying to go with a medium or medium activator. I knew better, but you know, like I said, it is dry. It hadn't rained in weeks. It's dusty. I just wanted to try to keep the dust off of it. I do have a little bigger gap on this side than this side. I don't know that there's really anything I can do much with that, but you know, all in all, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm gonna pull tailgate back off, drop this lower hinge just a little bit, and keep tinkering with it. Well, I just realized I was filming y'all looking at the wall. I didn't turn the camera around, but I dropped it. The hinge is as low as it'll go. I just left the tailgate on, got to the top bolt here, bottom bolt from the bottom. I put some tape on the head of my ratchet just because I was me being me, afraid I was gonna scratch it. It's as low as it'll go. It's still, this body line's still not lined up. Taiwan sheet metal, I mean, what can you say? I can kind of look at that body line now and see that it drops down. But, and the top of the bed, it's pretty well even. Actually, the tailgate's down below it just a fraction, but that body line, I mean, it's close, but that's one thing that I worked really hard on, lining all those panels up. And like I said, once I get my tires on there, I'm going to order me a set of 35-inch casings to go on 16 by 10 bullet holes. Once I get the tires on, everything leveled, because it's mismatched tires right now, I may even shim some more. I'm going to pop the garage door up, see how it looks with a little bit of daylight on it. Got to get off our beach stuff. Yep, I forgot about the chairs. Woo! I'm about ready for it to quit raining. Yeah, you can tell the tailgate is a different color. Like I said, it come out of a different quart. I should have at least mixed what I had in a gallon in there with it, but a lot of it just depends on the way the light's hitting it. You can actually see the orange peel in the tailgate. Yeah, I may end up wet sanding it some. We'll see. Of course, my luck, the first time I drive it, somebody's probably going to run into it anyway. So Bella here wants some attention. I know you're there, girl. But that's going to be it for this video. Be sure, like, comment, subscribe. Check out our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Send me some pictures of what you're working on. I'd like to see some of y'all's rides. I know a project can sometimes get out of hand. This one went a lot further than what I ever planned on. I also got one more question. I'm going to set the camera up before I go. Leave me a comment on what y'all think. So before I go, I want everybody's opinion on what you think. The truck was a custom deluxe. I was putting a Silverado trim pretty well back on about all of it. Side molding, everything but the dual headlight front end. I'm going to try to, and the back of the cab belt trim. I would love to have it, but I just don't want to drill no holes in the back of the cab. Kind of a shame. I don't know. I've had a few of them. I've ground the studs, from factory. They had a stud that held the clips on. I've ground them off before. Now I'd like to have it back on one, and I don't really want to put holes and pop rivet the brackets onto the cabs. But let me know what y'all think about the tailgate molding. Should I put it on? Should I leave it off? Of course, it's dirty as I'll get out right now. It needs polished up. And it's got a few little minor bumps and bruises in it, but let me know what y'all think. I'm kind of curious as to whether or not to put it on or not. Kind of torn whether or not to. I kind of really like them. I wish it was a little bit straighter. I mean, it's not bad, and it cleans up really good. It's just been sitting in the garage here for a while, but that dent right there, I really wish that wasn't in there. But let me know what you think. Should I put it on? Should I leave it off? That'll be it for the next video. Actually, the next video, we're going to go to a few truck shows, the wife and I. So the next video will probably be from C10 Nationals. Actually, that video may come out before this one, because we're going Friday. So scratch that. Yeah, that video will probably be out. I'm going to try to film Friday, put it out Saturday, get some coverage of it, look at other people's rides, get some ideas for trying to come up with a name for it. I think it's going to be Project Cheap Thrills, because this truck I'm going to have around 5,000 in. My son-in-law thinks I'm crazy, but I'm going to do a $5,000 budget on the 67 too. And that's it. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll probably go over that because we're going to LS swap it. We'll probably put the $5,000 just in the in the LS swap. But it's gonna be a cheap build. I like to do things budget friendly, but I like to do them, try to do them halfway right anyway. I don't like to cobble stuff together. Uh, I'm picky on some things I probably shouldn't even be picky on, but so stay tuned. We got a lot of good content hopefully coming up.